April 22, 2025. This is the S&P 500 E-futures mini on the 2000 tick chart using NinjaTrader 8. This is what the chart looked like today. There was no economic data that really came out to move the market except right about here at 8:58. This was unexpected because the Secretary of Treasury or Secretary of Commerce or somebody, Bessent, said that the escalation with China was unsustainable, and it came at 8:58 because that's where you see this really big quick spike up. This is how the chart looked like today. It was this very, very pretty much half the day rally and then a sell-off and then kind of a bounce and like a two-legged rally. I have to admit today, it wasn't the easiest day to find the correct channel. So I ended up drawing these. This purple one doesn't show up till later. I took a total of 2 trades and was profitable on both, but I'm just going to get into this discussion right now. So as I said earlier, this is really, it was kind of challenging to find the overall like larger bullish trend. I mean, you knew when you're watching this, there's market's obviously bullish and is moving up, but it was like trying to find the big overall channel was difficult because you at most you really only get like 2 confirmations. You have to go to these smaller trend channels, which is fine, but after like 2 legs they played out, then you're kind of left with wondering how it's going to keep either moving up or down. There's 2 trends, 2 legs back down, and it just kind of repeated that over and over, which is okay because you can tell what the overall market context is, but trying to capture everything in a trend channel was challenging. This is the pre-market. There's a leg up, break of this green up channel, test the high, pull back, kind of made 2 legs up, pull back, makes this sideways consolidation, and this whole sequence of events, 2 legs, consolidation, and then another 2 legs either up or down, kind of repeated itself quite a bit. But then trying to find this big channel, as I said, wasn't the easiest. So market's kind of respecting the EMA, then it pops below, kind of comes up, and the first setup I see is a possible trade. You have this new high, but it pushes up and creates a new high, so it's actually a new high here. First entry long, pullback, second entry long. This is a bad signal bar to go long on, but it creates a higher low. So it also created a triple test right here. I saw this in real time. I like the way this closed, but it was a little early in the day, and I'm just a little more cautious when it's early in the day with the EMA kind of cutting through because this break below and the signal bar for the second entry long not going above it, maybe a little bit hesitant, but I also realized it could be this big leg down, discounting this push up. So just be first entry long, pull back, push down, push back up. So you could actually consider it a second entry long, but I considered it a higher low. I would have jumped on the trade if the EMA was kind of below these bars, so that prices didn't break so strongly below. But in the end, it turned out to be a possible trade. I was hesitant, didn't take it. It's okay. Moving on. The prices started moving up this orange up channel. This yellow up channel doesn't exist yet because I couldn't find it. I was trying all kinds of things, connecting it from down here, connecting it from down here. Nothing really seemed to fit really well. Later found this orange up channel possibility. Then this green down channel as a break creates this higher low, but that's kind of all it did create because this is a higher low. I didn't really even mark it as a trade because it's a new high. It's a first entry long pullback. Got a second entry long here, terrible second entry long signal bar, so I'm not taking it. Then it creates a higher low here, but the close of this higher low isn't very convincing because if you look, the body's way down here, it creates a triple test. So it looked like it had trouble breaking through, and then sellers came in and pushed it back down. So this is a higher low. I marked it in real time because I was tempted to take it, but I ended up not taking it. I'm actually kind of happy I didn't because the follow through isn't that clean. I think the reason I took that is because at one time I did have a trend line drawn something like this. It's a little higher, and I was trying to convince myself this is a touch bounce, this is about to break above it, but it just didn't look that clean, so I had to leave it alone for sure. Prices start moving up what I think is this yellow up channel, breaks, price can push back in, hits this resistance area, and then breaks back down. So in real time, this is what I'm seeing. This purple one doesn't exist yet, but I'm thinking, look like I'm starting to traverse into a range. Let me go ahead and extend this. There's a double test up here, creates a new high, localized new high. Creates a visual first entry, pullback. Technically, your second entry is right here, but I saw it's a first entry long pullback, second entry long. Now, I saw this in real time. The second entry long, I didn't like the signal bars below the EMA, and I waited for the trigger bar. So this signal bar wasn't good. Real time, I'm waiting. It confirms the second entry long. I'm not the biggest fan of this right now. I waited. Then the follow through next candle looks pretty good. I also saw this as a purple down channel break, tested low. So this small little purple down channel is played out. It looks like it's starting to develop in a range. Whether this is considered a bounce or not, the follow through looks like it's moving back up. So I actually jumped in on this trade, one tick above this guy to be confirmed that it got entered, to confirm it's actually push up because it opened here, pushed down, then it came back up, dropped in my order, got filled one tick above, got the quick scalp. Then it kind of pushed up. Here, I was starting to play with the idea that it's not moving back into this yellow up channel, so I drew this lighter tan channel. And again, this is a lot of trying, drawing, deleting. Eventually, I ended up with this thing because it looks like it's one touch, two touch. I need a third touch confirmation to trust the high side, but I do have a one touch, two touch. So it looks like it's starting to migrate in this tan up channel. Inside the tan up channel is moving up this green up channel, breaks, comes back down. This is the confirmation that I needed for this low side of the tan up channel. So I like that. So I'm trusting this to support now. Break of this red, break of the red up channel, test the high, consolidates here, nothing particularly enticing. Pushes up, almost hits the high side, but doesn't. Bounces off the EMA. I don't know what to make of it because it's not really a good clean setup. Starts flushing down. Here it touches, and it kind of bounces back in. So I'm believing at this point in the day that this looked like it's a two-piece yellow, then it transitions to a more shallow tan. I can trust this pretty well. I want to see another test of the high, but it hasn't reached there yet. But at least anytime prices come down to here, if there's a setup, I can use this as a key entry point. Now it breaks through, so it's a break, pushing down. I'm looking for potential pushback into range or into the channel, but it doesn't. Comes back down, bounces, consolidates, creates a new low here. Say first entry short, pullback, second entry short. Second entry short looks like it's about to fail. And I thought, okay, it's moving off this potential support because I actually found the tie side of this saying one touch, two touch, because it matches this tan one really well. So I had this tan one, this purple one, I drew it after I said, okay, well, let's extend this down, see if this could be, this tan could be the midline of a bigger two-tier channel. So the most obvious linking point would be down here, and it coincidentally touched here. So I'm thinking, are we in a bigger purple channel? And previously this yellow or this orange tan channel was kind of on the high side of the two-tier channel. But bounces, I'm liking that. It's a new low, first entry short, second entry short, good signal bar close. It hasn't failed yet. Now it fails. So I'm thinking there's a possible trade here, but I'm just a little hesitant. And then it flushes up. So this is actually when, right here, I marked it here because there's actually a lower high, but actually I think the news came out closer to right about here. Because I remember right around before 9, I think it was the Secretary of Treasury or Commerce or somebody vested came out and says the escalation with China is unsustainable. And it causes, because if you look at the timestamps, 8:58 and 42 seconds, 44 seconds. So this is a matter of 2 seconds. Then this is a matter of 4 seconds, another 6 seconds, another, I think, 8 seconds. So this is rocketing up very, very fast. So when I saw this, I thought, okay, step back, don't take any trades because this is just an insane move because this is from here to about here is only 3 minutes, and you can see how many 2000 tick candles printed. So I think this is at some kind of conference with JP Morgan, and he just made this remark saying escalation with China isn't sustainable. So we don't know what it really means. Is he hinting that Trump's going to back off or China's going to back down? We don't really know. All we know is that it caused this really big spike in volatility. So I'm staying out of this. But during that spike, when this printed, I thought there was a higher low. I'm certainly not fast enough to take this trade. And I'm not really eager to try to take this trade when this is flushing up so quickly. but it was a new low, first entry short, second entry short, and then you get a higher low confirmation. Technically, you have a higher low here. The higher low confirmation will bounce off the EMA. It's a possible trade. I think it was a little more aggressive. I'm avoiding it because of the volatility. Pushes up, kind of settles down, creates a new high. It's a first entry long pullback, second entry long. But I just saw this as a staying localized high. I did this count reset. It's a first entry long pullback, second entry long. Second entry long, this isn't a good signal bar, but the trigger bar is a really good follow through. So I like when the trigger bar fell, pushed through, EMA bounce. This sounds like it's a push off the screen. It made one attempt to test the high. This looks like it's about to make a second attempt because it looks like it's 2 legs down. Another attempt to test this high here. So I entered at the high side, got the quick scalp, and this one I actually did try to trade a runner because I thought this could be the beginning of some kind of big move that maybe I can get a runner off of. Unfortunately, I got stopped out one tick above. Pushes through. If I didn't get stopped here, my runner would have gotten stopped out here. So it kind of pushes back down. It's starting to consolidate sideways, and it creates this higher low. I thought this higher low is aggressive, though, because it is a visual first entry long, second entry long, higher low technically here. We also have a new low here, first entry short, second entry short, second entry short failure. Actually, this here, second entry short technically hasn't failed yet. Then here it does fail. Then it creates a higher low confirmation. I just didn't like that this is too close to the high of this range, even though the EMA is holding. Prices are getting squished, crushed between the EMA and this potential resistance. But it is a possible trade. There is enough room for a 1-point scalp. Felt it was too aggressive for me. Pushes through, hits this resistance area, and then finally pushes through up. I drew this as a trend line support, and I later turned it into a channel. It was actually a little tighter earlier, something like this. Starts breaking through and breaks out. So I actually said, okay, it's dwelling for a little bit of a while. So I actually drew it up to here. Still fits kind of well. The first entry long, technically have a second entry long here, but it's very tight, very small. Didn't really like it. Pushes back down, breaks past this tan down channel, but I'm still thinking the purple one's in play. Break this orange, push up, pushing back down. It's a new low. It's a first entry short pullback. This creates a second entry short. I thought this was a possible trade to break this orange down channel, made 2 attempts up, and now it's going to resume to test the low of this guy, thinking that there's probably going to at least come down and touch the purple. Good signal bar. It does. So I was thinking, oh, this is actually a trade that might have been a potential to take, but I missed it. Kind of bouncing off. So I'm actually thinking now it's going to bounce off this purple and move back to the high side. Because after the break, it already made 2 legs down. Now it's looks like it's all going up now, or it should go up. And it does. Hits this EMA resistance, so I'm not too sure now. Creates a first entry short, technically a second entry short potential failure. Fails here, but then it flushes down. Still respecting this purple up channel, which I really like. But I also noticed that it's losing momentum. It's having trouble getting back above the EMA to the high side. So this purple channel going up is at a very high risk of failing and having prices come down. Finally breaks and flushes down. So flushes down, decisive breakthrough the purple up channel. Looks like it's following this green down channel. Initially ahead, looking like it was like 1 leg down and a second leg. So I'm looking for a potential move down to here. Breaks, pushes up. Here it makes the measured move. So it's 2 legs down, but there's no clean setup that I can kind of find. Here, I'm wondering if it's going to bounce off of here and move back up, or probably most likely it's going to consolidate because this green down channel, this bigger one now, has broken and tested the low. There's really no other support area back here to justify, some kind of support area here to trust that prices are really going to move back up. But I'm not willing to go short yet either. Pushes up. So it's actually a new low, first entry short, but a count reset. So this actually creates a second entry short. I saw this as a break of the green, test the low, comes back up. Is it possible it's going to come down and push for a second low? So you could see it as a first entry short, second entry short. But if I'm counting this separately, I'm looking for a lower high below the EMA. And you really don't get that. It just kind of flushes down and continues down. You get a lower high here, but it's too far from the setup now. New low here, it's a first entry short. Consolidates and starts pushing back up. It's a little choppy now. Things are just trying to figure itself out. Pushes above EMA, then below, continues down, hits this kind of support area, first entry short, and that's all you get, and it kind of reverses back up. So here, I'm a little bit unsure what's actually going to happen. It was a really strong push up. Looks like it was two legs, you know, one leg down, pull back, second leg, or here, at least two legs in this bigger channel. It's just getting noisy, so I'm not really sure what to expect. So I'm playing these smaller trend channels. Pushes up, break, one attempt up, second attempt, it has tested the high, but I'm not really thinking it's going to go short now because it's above the EMA. So I'm just sitting on my hands. Hits this consolidation area, flushes up. I try to draw this yellow up channel, try to capture this, but it doesn't sit very clean. And these candles are really tiny. So I'm just, again, just kind of letting this pass. It fits this yellow up channel semi well. One time I had something like this because it looked like it fit. I just didn't really like that it didn't fit down here initially. Then it creates a new high. It's a first entry long pullback. Technically, you have a second entry long here. The signal bar, maybe, but I was concerned that it's a break of this yellow up channel, which I don't have much confidence in because it doesn't quite fit as nicely as I'd like. And it's just moving sideways because it doesn't really look like a clean break. It was more of a sideways consolidation, sideways break. So in real time, I'm not sure if it's going to move back up or kind of come back down and test. Ends up coming back down and tests. It kind of creates this orange down channel. Then it was more of a sharper sell-off. So it's almost like a shallow spike. I can't even say it's a spike. It's more like a shallow channel followed by a more steeper channel down. Hits this consolidation area. Things are just a little choppy now. No clean setup. I mean, you could say there's a new low here. Say first entry short, second entry short, and count reset. First entry short, pullback, second entry short. So you could say this is a second entry short. I just didn't really like it. It's kind of late in the day. I was pretty happy with my two trades that I didn't want to potentially risk giving anything back. I left this one alone, but maybe there's a trade here. It is late in the day though. Pushes up, breaks, and kind of just pushes into the close. Kind of a very low energy, not very fan-filled end for the market today. It's kind of how I saw the charts. Not the easiest, but it wasn't super difficult either. It was just kind of a little confusing at times. Did end up with this nice purple up channel, but you couldn't find it initially. It was initially this yellow one, then this more shallow tan one. Then it evolved into this purple one with this news from Secretary of Treasury. I think Bassett said something about trade escalation. Then it was just choppy after that. So hopefully that was helpful.